Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, and we have another HCS Weekly Report where today we're going to talk about a professional player cheating in a $20,000 1v1, which causes two players to get disqualified and the tournament to almost be redone almost completely. Absolute madness. We're going to break down all of it here in this video today, so might as well get started. Let me get my notes ready because I needed to prepare for this one. So we're going to start off with the statement made by LVT Halo about the situation. By the way, guys, this is the Honda Fan Cup $20,000 event. It's $1,000 for 4 qualifiers, leading up to a $16,000 finale where only the top 2 of each qualifier are able to make it to that finale. So it's a really big deal making it to the finale. I believe all spots get paid just by making the finale, which we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So let's start off with the first 2 weeks. Sorry, excuse me, I'm reading as a statement. The first 2 weeks of this month's Honda Fan Cup have concluded with Stellar, Abature, 2 Nice, and Invicted winning spots in our March 4th finale. At the end of week 2, suspicions were raised. Abature was playing on 2 Nice's account to help him through the tournament. These suspicions were raised right before grand finals, but there was no actionable evidence at the time. After investigating with the 343 team, it was confirmed that there was evidence of foul play between both 2 Nice and Abature. So the accusation here is not some kind of walling or aimbot from what we're saying for the first part of this, but that Abature was signed in under 2 Nice's account to help him progress throughout the tournament. So that's the case here. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. It goes without saying, but cheating in a tournament like this is unacceptable, and both players will be removed from all future Honda Fan Cup events, not HCS events. Abature's finale spot will be passed to Bound, the next runner-up from week 1. For week 2, the last 5 matches of the tournament are effectively invalidated, so the fairest solution is to let these players replay their bracket match under the same conditions. Well, the thing is, the Abature did not cheat during his first qualifier when he made it in, so there's no reason to redo the matches, but apparently 2 Nice shouldn't have even been in the tournament because it was played under Abature, supposedly, so they're going to redo those 5 matches effective immediately. We played a bracket match under the same conditions. Thankfully, this works out as it's impossible for any of their replacements to move down as a result of replaying. All affected players can only either move up or retain their spot in the bracket. We'll be coordinating with those players to replay their matches whenever available. That actually got played out yesterday. I'm going to show you the bracket and show you the results as well. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. We will update the community later once the week 2 results are finale. So we're actually already thank you for 343 team. Decision regarding HCS are separate from, yeah. So again, this is not banned from HCS events. They're banned from all Honda Fan Cup events. Not sure exactly what's going to happen with HCS events, especially with the qualifier coming up in just a couple of days. But a lot to unpack here. Let's start here and let's talk about 343's involvement in this, because I was actually surprised that 343 stepped into this. If I'm the 343 team, I don't want to get my hands dirty. You got to think about this. This is the Honda Fan Cup event. You know, Honda and Xbox, they have nothing to do with this. So getting their hands dirty in this situation doesn't benefit them in any way, shape, or form. I was surprised they actually stepped in. So I would imagine that before they even looked at it, there must have been some decent proof to even warrant investigating this. And then the question becomes, how did 343 determine that there was foul play? So it's a weird situation because with this, they can't just come out and say exactly how they were able to determine it, because if they do, that kind of invites other cheaters to come in and try to cheat again, but this time circumventing what possibly happened. So I'm going to give one scenario of what they might have done. Again, I don't know, and then how could that become a problem if they bring that out to light. So what if, like, what if there's some kind of way to track IP addresses or even more? Because I'm actually hearing there's actually more that they can track via servers than just IP address. They can go and find out that 2 Nice was playing under in a certain area, in a certain place, a certain time, during the first half of the tournament, and then suddenly his connection, IP, network, whatever it is, I'm not a technical guy, reflected the same exact thing as Abature's over in Atlanta, Georgia. I believe Two Nights lives, I believe, in Texas, but we'll say in this case he lives on a private island. So all the information that 343 got says Two Nights for the first half of the tournament, including in warm-ups, an hour before the tournament started, was playing in this private island over in beautiful Brazil that he owns the whole time. Suddenly, during one part of the tournament, his information no longer reflects that. It now reflects Atlanta, Georgia, where Abature's from, or we'll call it Abature's private island in France. Shut up. If they go out and say that, and say that's exactly how they figured it out, what that was, now that kind of invites other cheaters to come in and like, okay, well, you know what? All we have to do is avoid leaving a breadcrumb trail in this way, and we won't get figured out. So I think the best way to go about this is if the players want the proof of which by the way we're gonna talk about, definitely wanted the proof, to go in, reach out to 343, reach out to HCS, and ask them, hey, could you submit us that proof? Can we hop in the car? We talk about this. We want to know what's going on. Now, there is another side to the story, because I'm not gonna say whether I think he was shady or not. It's honestly, it's not even really my place. I'm just laying out the full scope of what happened. So before we get to the actual results of what happened with the tournament, I want to go into Abature's point of view. Because Abature has been on Twitter talking about, that there's no proof. He wants to see the proof. He wants the proof made public. This, that, and the third. And he's gone out and fought this. I've been following his Twitter. It's been crazy. I want to go into one part where he's talking with Nighty, one of the admins for LVT, and he said something really, really, really important. What if someone said you were stealing money from the tournament or something like that? Then they wouldn't provide evidence. How would you feel about your name/reputation being tarnished over false allegations with zero evidence? And I tried to put myself in that scenario. Like, what if someone said I was cheating while casting and didn't come out with the proof right away? Like let's lay it down. It would be crazy. It would I thought about it, and it almost made me second guess the situation. Where, again, not putting out there whether I think he was cheating or not, but it made me just try to see it from his side of the fence. Either way, it's tough for me because, like I said, 343 have no skin in the game, and I feel like they have no reason to lie on Abature's name, and they had no reason to step in to begin with, and they never have no reason to lie about the situation. It doesn't add up to me. Like, why would they go in and give the okay to DQ Abature and Two Nights and say that there was foul play if there wasn't? What do they have to gain in the situation? It's really tough, and I know a lot of people would think we're talking about. A lot of people were talking about all he did was sign into Two Nights' account, and this has been done for a while, and I agree. I know that this has been done for a while, whether console or PC, Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 5. This has been done before, but it's just as egregious. It's just as bad as somebody walling or aimbotting, in my opinion. Think about it this way. Think about this. Let's take a look. The 1v1 tournament is $1,000 on the line to begin with. Right in the 1v1 qualifier. So you stole a spot, not only a spot in a $16,000 finale, but then you stole money right off the rip because somebody else could have made that prize money. So you stole a spot in a $16,000 finale. You earned prize money in a situation that you had no business earning it in, and now there's somebody out there that could have made it to this finale, that could have earned himself a little bit of money, and you literally robbed them of their position, if this is the case. So don't come at me talking about like it's not as bad as walling or aimbotting. We're talking about $20,000 being on the line right now. Just for making the finale, you automatically get a payout. No matter what, just for making the finale, I believe you automatically get a piece of the prize pool. That's serious. And well, I would argue and say that's again, I'm not advocating for walling or aimbotting and matchmaking and whatnot, but to say that it's not as bad as walling or aimbotting and matchmaking is crazy to me. It really is, because again, you're literally robbing somebody of a spot in a $16,000 tour. Which, by the way, let's be honest here. There's not a bunch of sponsors just dropping $20,000 tournaments on Halo Infinite right now. It's slim pickings right now. We're in a bit of a low, and I think we're gonna climb out of it. I really do. I think season 2 is gonna be great. But I'm saying, like, how many $20,000 tournaments we're talking about? And by the way, it's 1v1s, so there's no freaking split. In that case, that's almost like an $80,000 4v4 tournament. That's as big as a freaking online invitational from Quadrant or Phase, pretty much. It got me so heated when people were saying that signing somebody's account isn't as bad as walling and aimbot. When we're talking about $20,000 in prize pool and you stealing a position from another player. I'm sorry, I ranted a little bit. Let's take a look at how we're gonna do the tournament from now on, going forward. Because again, they took him out of the tournament. So what happened was Gesture played Looney in this case, because again, Too Nice wasn't in the bracket anymore. The winner of that played Boo Boo Doo. The winner of that played Deity Sam, and the winner of that matchup played Spar. And waiting in the winners finals was Invicted in the in the grand final, for the outcome of this. So just taking Too Nice out of the bracket, who made the same run pretty much. Actually, in this case, it was really weird because Boo Boo Doo's power went out, and he wasn't able to compete in this matchup, which was funny. So Too Nice hopped from here to here, that made it to Deity Sam. But I wonder what would happen if Boo Boo Doo's power was on. Now Boo Boo Doo gets a second chance, which is crazy. Like they call in anime, what they call it plot armor. Like no matter what, the main character has to survive. So through some impossible odds, he somehow survives. If Boo Boo Doo makes it to the grand finals, this man has the ultimate plot armor there is in this tournament. But so this tournament was held late last night, but I think it started like 9 p.m. I don't know what time it ended. No clue. But we do have a result. It was Gesture that beat out Looney. Boo Boo Doo, then Suo Gesture. Boo Boo Doo then went all the way to a game 3 with Deity Sam, and then eventually Boo Boo Doo once again going to a game 3 with Spar. And again, the plot armor thickens, where Boo Boo Doo goes 4-0 against Invicted in the grand finals from his ISP or power company, literally griefing him to winning the tournament. Boo Boo Doo should be thanking Abature at this point, because my man had the ultimate plot armor and makes it to the grand finals and ends up 4-0ing Invicted, taking the #1 seed. Invicted's still going to be qualified for the finale, by the way, just going in as the #2 seed as opposed to the #1. Still 2 more qualifiers left in the Honda Fan Cup. There's still going to be multiple players coming in. Now, in this case, we now know who's in so far. So I'm about to find it right now. It is now Stellar. In this case, Abature is out of qualifier 1, so Bound takes his place. In this case, Boo Boo Doo takes Too Nice's place, and Invictus stays in. So Stellar, Bound, Boo Boo Doo, and Invicted are going to be the 4 players so far in the finale, and we still need 4 more. That's what the 2 qualifiers are for. So it's going to be really exciting to see. And yeah, just like I said, I'm not gonna say whether I think he was cheating or not and whatnot. I just wanted this video to lay all the information out. I did offer to Abature to come on the show and tell his side of the story. By the way, I'm still gonna say the invitation is open. If he wants to come in tomorrow or the next day or whenever he's ready, I would love to hear his side of the story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's crazy, man. All right, yeah, like, subscribe, TikTok, and yeah, whatever. Peace out, guys.